Hi kiddos, today we're going to read a book. Now in the classroom we like to see the images first. So we're going to see the picture and let's see what we see. We see some rackets, tennis rackets, some girls with a little uniform. Now let's read our title. It says, Sisters and the Champions. The true story of Venus and Serena Williams. Now, what do you think this is? Do you think it's fiction or non-fiction? Now remember, fiction is something like fairy tales, Star Wars, all the different things, right? Non-fiction is something that already happened before, okay? So what do you think this is? Do you think it's gonna be a fiction story or non-fiction? Now this story, are you ready? Is non-fiction because it's based on a true story. It already happened. Alright. This is written by Howard Bryant, illustrated by Fleur Cooper. Now that means the author who wrote it was Howard Bryant. And the person that did all the images, all the little drawings, is Fleur Cooper. Okay? Now let's start. No one ever laughed at Richard Williams. Well, at least not to his face, when he told people about Venus and Serena, and the special things his two daughters will do. They will wait for him to leave, and then they will laugh, because he has said the impossible. The Williams family live in Compton, a really tough, sometimes scary part of Los Angeles. When Venus and Serena were 4 and 3, Richard bought them tennis rackets, believing tennis treated girls more fairly than other sports. And if his hunch was correct, that his girls will have an athletic advantage that would change the sport forever. Richard did not know anything about tennis, but it did not stop him from saying the wildest things. He told everyone his little girls, not one, but both of them, will be champions. And the laughter will start. They laughed because Venus and Serena were black, and black people, they said, they weren't supposed to play tennis. They laugh because Venus and Serena were not rich. And people without money, they say, were not supposed to be dreamed so big. They laugh because Venus and Serena came from Compton and not tennis champions. Ever came from such a tough neighborhood. And no tennis champions ever came from such tough neighborhoods. There we go. They laugh because it was hard enough for one person in a family to become a world famous. But two? But the sisters' mom and dad said differently. They said the sisters were made for special brown skin and wonderful eyes and of a big smiles and brighter hearts. And when it came to tennis, a kind of magic, just wait, their dad will say, you will see. The girls were so different from each other. Venus was quiet, competitive, protective, just like a big sister. Serena was forceful, stubborn, and even more competitive, just like a little sister. Yet, these sisters were also best friends. When Venus was 12 and Serena 10, the family moved to Florida. So the sisters could focus even more on tennis. And as soon a whole new group of people was talking about them. Have you heard about them tennis fans will gossip. I think the big sister name might be Venus. Everyone is saying she is the next American superstar. And get this, someone told me her little sister might be even better. Yet, not all talk was friendly. The sisters were different. Their skin was different. Their hair was different. Venus was tall, really tall. And the way the sister hit the ball, so hard, like the boys, even harder than the boys, was different. In ways, big and small, people remind them of being different every day. Their father will not let his girls play junior tournaments, even though everyone played juniors. He made them focus on school instead. People said Dad was hurting his girls. Dad said he had a plan, that they were a family and families always stick together. Stick together, they did. Venus and Serena grew even closer as they outworked the other girls. Every day they will hit 200 balls, then 300, then 500, then 1,000. Each day the sisters will sweat and sweat. Dad painted a sign for them that read, "If you fail to prepare properly, you prepare to fail." No one laughed at the girl's father anymore because his dream was becoming real. Venus was only 14 years old when she turned professional, and her very first in her blah, blah, blah. You know I stumble, it's okay. In her very first tournament, she almost beat one of the top ranked players in the world. It will take Venus 4 years to win her first professional tournament. Still a teenager and already a champion. Yet, it wasn't just Venus who won. Serena became a champion at the very same tournament. How? Venus and Serena played as teammates in double tennis. Serena was only 16 years old when the sisters won as partners. Both sisters wanted to consider the best in the world, thought, and for that to happen, only one of them could win in the end. One will have to lose. There was no avoiding it. The 1998 Australian Open, when was the first time they played against each other as professionals, Big Sister Venus won. In Rome and Miami, the next year, Venus won again and again. Not until Serena turned 18 did she beat Venus for the first time. The girls became young women. Their parents always said they were special made of magic and big hearts. Soon the sisters dominated the biggest tennis champions in the world. The Australian Open, the French Open, the Wimbledon and US Open. Venus won Wimbledon 5 times and the US Open twice. Serena will win all 4 tournaments in a row and nicknamed it the Serena Slam. The sisters were so good that they seemed to lose only to each other. In February 2002, Venus was ranked number 1 in the world. 6 months later, it was Serena's turn to be number 1. It is only time in history two sisters or brothers were ranked first and second in the world. Another of their father's dreams had come true. Do you see that? That in the background is the ranking. Still, it hurt so much to play against each other. Neither sisters wanted to see the other lose. When they competed for a championship, Mom and Dad could barely watch. Do you see that? Do you think they're being happy or they're being sad? I think they're being sad. But I bet they're really proud of their daughters. So Venus and Serena continued to play as doubles teams, as if playing one of the sisters was tough. Together, they were unbeatable. They won all the major double competition. Let's try that again. They won all the major double champions, at least twice. They played better for America in the Olympics 3 times, winning gold medals each time. As partners, they were the best in the world. When Venus began feeling weak, doctors told her she had a disease, one she would have for the rest of her life. It could appear at any time and steal her energy. People began to talk again. Is Venus' career over? Then Serena suffered a foot injury and had problems with her lungs. Doctors said she too might not be able to play tennis anymore. She wound up missing a full year and lost her number 1 ranking. People were talking once more. The Williams sisters will never again be champions, they said. But as their parents knew, these sisters had magic in them, and the true magic of Venus and Serena Williams is that they never quit, they never stopped working, and they both returned to play tennis. The year Serena returned to tennis, she won the single tournament as at Wimbledon, and the sisters together again won double championships. Serena continued to win and win and win. Almost too many trophies to count. More than any women's tennis player in the history. And people were talking again. Now, they said Serena was one of the greatest athletes, boy or girl, in history. Maybe the best. The Williams sisters had a new magic now. Other little girls with special brown skin, wonderful eyes, and a big smile want to play tennis. Venus and Serena are still best friends. They will always be family, sisters who grew into champions.